Back to the 7th tutorial, and in this tutorial we're going to have a look at the game after we have played it outside. So here I have on my screen the CMS with the game on the left, and on the right side I have a simulator of a phone, and through this phone I run the game. I'm going to start the game here, or go back into my game, which is over. I'm going to close, and here we have the 3 treasure points that I have found, and I have 11 points. That's my total score. I can have a look at these treasure points like this, because I already found them. So I can even have a look at the challenges and see what I answered. Oh, incorrect answer here. Yeah, and but let's have a look at the scoreboard. Now, my player name here is Vampire Paul with 11 points. But the top players are player 1 with 19 points, then Vampire Paul with 11, and then Savage Susan, the third, with 11 points as well. And here I can see the players and pictures by the players. So player 1 has these pictures which slide nicely, Vampire Paul and Savage Susan. You can also see pictures by challenge for which there were pictures taken. And here they are. And the scoreboard they can also share and make available, through Facebook if they want. So yeah, that's the game. And now let's have a look here on the left side at the CMS. We can have a look here. If we go to Edit here, and we go to Game Settings, we can find here the game instance for our tutorial game, which we started in an earlier tutorial. So I could end this game now because it's over, and I'm just going to do that so nobody else can join this game. So here we have invitation code, which we already saw. The observer now has more information. Here is the activity of the users who are playing the game. Player 1, Vampire Paul and Savage Susan. Here are their locations. And let's just go back here and look at the scoreboard. Now I'm going to open the scoreboard from here, and as you can see we have the same list of players here, and if I look on the right we have the scoreboard on the phone, which looks the same. And now I am going to have a look at the pictures here by challenge, and they all look very nice. Now let's look at them here by team. Okay. Oh yeah, that's the round. Okay, this one here by Savage Susan is not correct. It should have been circled. Okay, so let me alter her score for this one. Savage Susan. That would be for this challenge here. So I want to see how the 1 point in score. I'm going to take that away by altering it by -1, so her total score is 0. Okay, so that's done. And now you see Savage Susan has 10 points. And if I go here in the app, I see the correction as well. Savage Susan has 10 points. So that's how the teacher can alter the scoreboard. And I just want to mention as well that this URL or this link here, you can share this in an email or however on Facebook, and other people can open it and then have a look at the same scoreboard. The others who look at it, they are not logged into the CMS with access to your game, so they will not see the edit buttons and will not be able to edit or change any of the score. And only the person who is logged into the CMS and has access to this game can see the email address of the player. We selected in this game to not use email address, but if it was, then it would be shown here, but only to the instructor who made the game. So if you share this link with others, they will just see the score and the pictures and such, but they will not be able to change the score or see the email addresses, only the player name. So that concludes this, except I want to mention that now there is no game running. So I'm going to create a new game instance here, call it Wednesday game. And that's going to be the next game. So I haven't begun it, so people can join now the game with a player name. And I could here you see that checkbox here, email will be requested. If I check this box, then the next user who joins this game will also be asked for an email address or a student identification number or whatever number you would like to put in there. So yes, I'm just going to begin this game now, and I'm going to leave the tutorial game here so we can access the scoreboard again. If I delete it from here, the scoreboard will be gone. So don't recommend deleting except test games and things like that you don't care about. Before we end this tutorial, I would like to go through a few things here with you. I will close this window, and now you see that menu here, Game Tools. This is where we have the question bank with all the different questions that we looked at when we made the question challenge. Just keep in mind that all questions that you make are available to all other educators who are using the system. So make sure you tag them wisely, and so you can easily filter and find your questions. And we have this tag cloud here, which basically shows you which tags are the most common, and you can find tags based on that. And this cloud is just in its beginning stages at the moment, but it will grow and be more visible. So that's the question bank. And now I'm going to have a look at the game observer. We looked at that before. You can also open the game observer, enter the invitation code for the game, the game instance code, the code that we got from here, and for the last game it was this code. And one more final thing, these game instances are just for this game, but you can also here from the Game Tools menu access the game's control panel, and you select the Teach Out app, and then you see all games that you have access to that are published or have been published, they have expired, like these here, and all the game invitations that you have access to. So here is our tutorial game. So this is another way to get to all of the games that have been running and you have access to. You see here that my tutorial game is here, and there is another game. This game is made by another user called Deborah, and it's read-only. That means the game has been published, but I can actually make game instances of it. So here's her game. I cannot change anything in here. I know where the points are, but that's it. So if I go here to, this is her game name. If I go to the game's control panel, here is that game. And I can create my own invitation here. And now mine is here. Now I can invite my students to her game using this invitation code. I can begin it here, but I'm just going to delete it now again. End it and delete it. And that concludes this tutorial. Have fun using the system and teach out. Bye bye.